Dad got a load of horseshoe crabs that we use as bait. It's not like a stingray tail. You can pick them up by it, it doesn't bend, so it's pretty sharp.
Guys have lost their balance and fell into the horseshoe crab bin and impaled themselves on their torso, on the tails. It's extremely dangerous on a fishing boat, on a commercial fishing boat, with the rocking and the rolling in the ocean and stuff. So you definitely have to be careful. But they don't attack you, they don't throw up any kind of spine or anything. This is Mr. Hampton. He's the store pet, and he greets everyone. And that's why he's so fat, because everyone brings him treats. I had him as a puppy on the boat, and that box has no holes in it, so he didn't get wet. He grew and grew and grew, but he won't leave that box. He's a good companion.
This is going to be the end product of what we catch today. These are blowfish tails. These are yesterday's fish, which will be sold today. Time to go, man. Sun hasn't come up yet. It's a normal time that we leave. This is every day between April and December. So in the back is Carlos and Josue. Carlos has worked for you for how many years?
Off and on, 15 years.
Yeah. When you need him?
When I need him.
So,
and he's good.
Blowfish migrations coming through Long Island. So we're going to go for blowfish, which is the Atlantic puffer.
Insanity. It's so demanding, it's so hard. I started selling clams to make money seriously at age 7 in 1953. You know, I did my thing in college, and I couldn't get a good teaching job that paid. Even with my master's and all the education I have, I'd make more money after school from like 3:30 to 6 than I would in one day that I'd make for 2 weeks teaching. And I just had to go back to what I knew.
Everything is dirty all of the time. It's why we wear Oilers, waterproof boots. We always wear gloves. This is my New York. Like when people think of New York, they think of New York City, which is like
40 miles.
40, 45 miles that way, due west. This is where I grew up. So this is the Great South Bay. Check that sun out.
Check that out, coming up.
That's
nice
an awesome sunrise, man. There's way more recreational fishermen than there are commercial fishermen. Commercial fishing is just a dying art. You talk to guys up and down the eastern seaboard, and you hear of generations like mine that didn't follow in the footsteps of their fathers, just like I did. Right now, it's a hard life, and just there's better ways to make a more consistent living than being on the water. So when you're out here, you only see a couple commercial guys. If you see, we won't see another commercial guy all day today.
I'm giving them their breakfast. Most fishermen hate their, watch it. It's gone. And this guy here, he'll come and take it right. And they inhale it. They crap all over the boat. I got to power wash the front of my boat every day. But anyway, it's entertaining. Very boring doing this, and gives me a little bit of entertainment. The seagull's name is Willie, but it's spelled W-I-L-L-H-E. Willie. Will he crap on the boat or not? Carlos grabs it. As soon as the pot breaks the water, I put it in gear, and we're off to the next pot.
Pot's got blowfish in it and one blue claw crab, which is pretty typical.
Just putting in a variety of bait, get some scent in the water. I make all my own equipment except for crab pots. It's my own design. He's a very moody fish. I started blowfishing in 1970 with another older fisherman. He had a totally different design, and over the course of time I've modified it. All winter long we work on gear. It's months. It's just like a regular day. You go to work at 7, try to get done at 4 in the afternoon or 5, like a regular day. You got to be out of your mind to be a fisherman the way I do it. It's a big money maker. It's just that it's very seasonal. And right now that run is just starting. The hardest part of this job is cleaning those fish. They have to be cleaned and as quick as possible.
The meat's great. They only have one bone straight down the middle. Super easy. Make one cut, flip it over. That's it. That's how fast it goes. Skinning blowfish is just part of catching blowfish. They're one of the fish that you can't sell not processed. I learned when I was 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there, and it's kind of like riding a bike. You never really forget how to do it, and it's just the same repetitive motion. These pots are made to catch blowfish. That's the target species. But along with those, we catch conchs. Blue claw crabs will go in there. Just because we're only targeting blowfish, you get other stuff. Fluke, blue claw crabs, conchs, crabs, whatever else goes in there is what we call a bycatch. The channel whelk, or what we call conchs, edible, different than the conch that they have down in the Caribbean. It's just starting to get time where we'll start seeing these. Right now we're catching them as a bycatch. These grow to be really big and they're beautiful. They've got aqua around the eyes. You can see it up in here. And they are great to eat when they get big. But when they're small like this, we just throw them back. Really pretty fish. Another couple of years, he'll be good eating. It's a fluke, summer flounder or fluke. We have a mark on the table that's 14 inches. That's the size of a commercial fish. This one's way smaller, so we throw them back. Hermit crabs. So they'll take a conch shell and live in it. So they back into a shell to keep that safe, and they protect it with the big claws in the front. All meat from here back. Really good. They just look real ugly. Hey, Dad, is this fish big enough?
Yeah. That's a gaper.
No, we'll keep that one. In the same exact way that the blue claw crab pulls out of its shell and gets one bigger, so does the spider crab. Now this thing is super soft, and that's why it's so weak. We use these as bait. Dad's taking a little break. Never run the boat. Dad taught me how to run the boat at a pretty early age, just in case something ever happened to him. This is a terrible retirement plan. I think you're supposed to work less in retirement, and this would be working more in retirement. I mean, he's an animal. I mean, he turns 78 in just a couple weeks, and he's just, this lifestyle just beats you up. Early on in my life, I realized that when Dad didn't work, he didn't make money. There's no 401k unless it's self-directed. There's no pension. There's no vacation time, no sick time. So he's got to save all year long to be able to, take care of stuff all winter. He works non-stop from like the second week in March till the first week in December. If he could go 7 days a week, weather permitting, he will. He's so good at what he does in being efficient and logistically sound in how he moves pots, and his knowledge of the bay is second to none.
Just getting ready to clean some blowfish.
Good, man.
I like to clean them a special way.
We're going to cook them 2 different ways. We're going to bread them and fry them, which is traditionally how you eat blowfish. And we're also going to saute some in butter, just sprinkled with Italian breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese. Eating what we catch is something that we try to do here as much as we can. This is not a Rachel Ray kitchen. Rachel Ray, if you happen to watch this, we do the best we can with what we have here.
The fillets fall right off the bone.
And you end up with that right there. So blowfish, one of the best parts about them is that they only have one bone down the middle. And same thing when you start talking about the fried ways comes the same thing. The fillets come off, half on one side, half on the other. And what you're left with is just one. It's hot, obviously, but you only have one bone. And then everything else is just one solid piece of meat. And they're great. They're just, the meat's flaky. If you've never had Atlantic puffer or blowfish, try it. And buy it local and buy it from a fisherman. So it's pretty good. It's, like I said, it's my favorite meal.
Delicious.
It's great.